On the show today, we meet the captain of the Indian football team, the amazing Sunil Chhetri.
I see my country trying to do well in all the sports. We are 1.3 billion people. We have 99 problems, but having people to play different sports is not one of them.
We also meet his supportive wife, Sonam.
One of the fans wrote, "Don't come to the matches, he's not scoring."
Family never distract their own person. I would want him to go and give his best.
Absolutely. And some enthusiastic little footballers get an opportunity to interact with Captain Fantastic.
So whenever you are a captain, you do something, think how are you going to feel if you are that player.
Why people call you Captain Fantastic?
पता नहीं, जब मिलूंगा पूछूंगा.
Because he's fantastic. Those of us who know us will know that a lot of my time is spent on a football field. In fact, 4 mornings a week, either all of us as a family or 2 of us are on the football field at 6:30 in the morning. And I have to say, the guests I invite on our show are very much inspired by the people who inspire our children. We are so happy to have with us here today an Arjuna awardee, a Padma Shri awardee, the Indian national captain of the football team and Bengaluru FC, and as our little one continues to tell me, the second highest goal scorer in the world, the amazing, fantastic captain, Sunil Chhetri.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much,
That
Sunil.
makes 2 of us. I also get up at 6:30 in the morning.
See, so I'm doing the right thing, but I don't think I can become the Indian captain, but at least maybe I'm training one. But it's really an honor to have you.
Thank you so much.
As this is a show about inspiring kids and families, what were you like as a kid?
When I was young, I think sports were the priority in my house. My mum played for the Nepal national team, football. My father used to play for his army team. Both are football lovers, but they never pressurized me or my sister to play any specific sports. I used to indulge myself in playing different sports, which is very, very important because you learn different skills from different sports.
By the way, another thing, your sister told me no one calls you Sunil, they all call you Chhetri. So
Chhetri.
What should we be calling you?
You call me anything. But
Chhetri?
Yeah, but a lot of times when somebody calls me Sunil, I don't even respond.
I heard.
Yeah.
That's why I suddenly corrected myself. So you were playing all different sports. I believe you were studying till you were in grade 12.
Yeah.
And then you decided to not study further.
I couldn't study.
Was that something that your parents were okay with?
My father always said that at least do a graduation. And it wasn't impossible, but it was very difficult because after passing class 12th, I went to Mohun Bagan, a professional team.
Yes.
And to play a round year league and then still go on to the colleges and try, my mind was completely over to this different field, and which required so much of time and energy that I think I lost the touch. So still now my father keeps calling me just a 12th pass and that he couldn't even complete a graduation. Not all hopes are lost. I sometimes still get encouraged and I want to do it. There's so many different ways now that you can do a graduation.
That's so interesting. You are literally the top of your field and yet you feel you're always learning. So I think for me, that's a great lesson from anyone who's achieved a lot, that you never stop learning.
But you will not achieve any more then. Because you will only grow when you are intrigued and you want to learn and you're pushing yourself. If you don't feel that you have still to learn, then it's done. Then you rather hang your boots.
Yeah, that's great advice. So your sister, she also played.
Yeah.
I had a lovely chat with her and she said that she was also really into football. So it seems like as a family, that was a big thing.
But to be honest, I think my sister overrated herself. She used to play, she wasn't that good. Sorry,
she may not say the same thing.
If we take 4 of us right now with the present skill, my mom is the best player in the team.
Really? I think my kids would say that about me.
Yeah. Even now when I go back, we play this 2 versus 2 in our house or in the garden. Me and my mom in my team, my dad and Bandhu in the other team, and we always win because of my mom.
Really?
She's always the highest scorer.
Your sister told me that she wouldn't even let a 2-year-old beat her.
Till I was 11, 12, my only motto in life was to beat my mum. The Chinese checkers, the carom boards, the chess, kabaddis, the badminton, the volleyball, and she was good in every sport. So my whole focus was, how do I beat this woman? But it used to annoy me. You know, losing every day, it's annoying.
Yeah.
So losing to your mom every day and she's making fun of you. She has those sportsman banter. So she would not stop and say, oh, poor kid, you lost. She would be proper on your face, like you lost and you this and you that.
Really?
So when I was, I think, 11, 12, then I started beating her in 1 game, 2 game, 3 game, in all the games. And one day she told me that, although I'm very sad that I'm losing, but I'm very happy that you're improving.
That is so cool. I'm also quite competitive, so I do play like that with the kids. But then suddenly the day that they start beating you really...
It's a bittersweet moment, huh?
Yeah, it's like, So the funny thing is we all play football and suddenly the dads in our school, rather the kids' dads, they've created a team. So now Rupak, my husband, whether the kids have football or not, he insists on going. So I think football as a sport in India, I think you have done so much to honestly make it more and more popular. Tell us a little bit about that, because I know there's always a comparison drawn, right, between cricket and football, and this is a cricket-obsessed nation.
I see my country trying to do well in all the sports.
Absolutely.
As simple as that. We are 1.3 billion people. We have 99 problems, but having people to play different sports is not one of them. At the end of the day, as fans, if Virat does well, if I do well, if Sania does well, if Saina does well, if Leander does well, you'll be happy.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't see and say, you know what, okay, he should do well and he shouldn't do well. They're all wearing blue jerseys.
Absolutely.
We're all trying to do good for our nation and for the clubs, whichever clubs we are playing. So sports in general should do well in our country.
Absolutely. And I think another thing that I heard you say in, part of my research, you said that we as a country, and perhaps globally actually, we have a tendency to celebrate achievement, and we celebrate the achievers and the people who are already up there. And actually it's people along the way who are trying to get there that need that help. You talked about when you were stitching your studs and you needed shoes, then you,
Totally. I don't know as a country how to fix that, because I know so many boys and few girls when I was growing up were so talented, maybe as talented as me. And they were hungry also, and they had the desire also, but they just lost the track. I wonder, what if they got the right backing at that time when they were that young? Probably they would have been better than me. And with stats, if you say better than me, imagine how many goals they would have scored for the country. So you lose all those talent because that juncture of your life, you think, I'm 15, I'm 16, I'm 17, should I keep pushing it? I don't have the right backing.
Right.
So if you can have a structure where we can support these kids when they are that young and they want to pursue their career, or they want to pursue sports, it will be great.
That is a very relevant point. And I think, without being a martyr about it, I really am trying through this show to hopefully bring about positive change. And I think, the reality is when people hear from achievers like you about this, then you'd start taking that more seriously. You start thinking about it, and perhaps at a policy level, at a larger holistic level, if we can do more for those people going up the ladder, that would be great. Now, talking about success and failure, as a kid, were you cool when it came to losing, or were you hot-headed? What are you like now, actually, with it?
I'm horrible. But now with age and experience, I keep my emotions down. I feel the same way, which is end of the world, everything's finished, anger, can't sleep at night. But then now with age, there is one more chance next week. The best thing about my profession is, you're a king this week, you're on people's shoulder, you're like a demigod. Next week, they're going to abuse you badly because just 1 week away from a bad result. But then again, you get a chance for the next week to do well. So it's the best thing. You can't take anything for granted.
Do you think it's more talent or more hard work? Or do you think it's a combination of both?
Which is in your hand? Imagine this. There's talent and hard work. What's in your hand?
The hard work.
Simple. Thing that is not in your hand, don't stress about it. We have a saying in football, if you have a talented boy who doesn't want to work hard, and if you're a hardworking boy with zero talent, you choose the hardworking boy. Because you know when the fight comes, the guy's going to fight for you 90 minutes. This guy might say, you know what, I'm talented, I won't fight.
That's, again, great advice. So your routine, how many hours of football did you play as a kid?
When I was young, I used to play as much as I could. Now, the time on the pitch and the gym is less, but the preparation is a big one. Because you have to get up at 6:30, you go to sleep at 10. Because you have to train in the morning, go to eat right at 8 o'clock dinner. Because you just came back from training, then you have to eat lunch at 1. So the whole day is a process.
Discipline.
So somebody asked me someday, like, how does magic on the pitch happen? I was thinking to myself, there's no magic, there's no mantra, just small things done right every day, and that's what eventually something great happens.
Wow. Coming up.
She had a social media private and she went public and she got a lot of followers. She enjoyed it. One of the fans wrote, don't come to the matches, he's not scoring. She said, I won't come, and she had tears in her eyes.
Oh, no.
I was so angry. It's not true, it's not factual, it's just their opinion, relax.
And now, talking about food, I believe you're a vegan.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, and how's that going?
I love it. And I know for the fact that Virat loves it.
I know.
I try my best not to force people about this. I always say this, try it, because meat is going nowhere. It works for me now because post-30, recovery is very, very important. And not giving myself dairy and meat for my gut, it has really helped me and recover well.
And now, coming to your partner in life, is she also vegan? Or I know she supports you and she keeps you company when you eat.
She eats exactly what I eat. She sleeps at the exact time that I sleep. She goes to the gym when I'm going.
So you better be careful. If she comes on the field, she might just, kick that ball.
No, but she's been amazing. I was a little bit skeptical before. That's why it took 13 years for someone that I love to get married to. But now I think one of the best decisions that I've taken in my life, to marry somebody who understands the game and who loves you that much, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So on that note, let's bring in the lovely Sonam. So it's so lovely to have beautiful Sonam here with us as well.
Thank you so much.
Chhetri, has been singing your praises and also saying how you have really amazingly adapted to his sort of strict regime. So tell us a little bit about that. Are you also good with being vegan?
I'm vegetarian right now, I'll say, because it's little difficult to let go everything at once.
Yeah.
So I've stopped eating meat and I'm trying to stop dairy as well. So yeah, I'm in a process. I might.
How sad she looks, man. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that.
I'm a hardcore Bengali and I have a sweet tooth and it's difficult.
It's very, I'm sure. I mean, my
But,
husband's also
he
on that
keeps-
track and
yeah.
we talk about it. So you, of course, are also the daughter of a football legend. So did you grow up playing football or was it encouraged for you as well?
I honestly didn't grow up playing football, but I was watching football from a very beginning and that's how we met.
How did you meet?
So
Be honest, huh?
He actually was playing for Mohun Bagan and my dad was the coach then.
Yes.
And I stole his number from my dad's mobile. So that's how it happened.
Kids watching at home, don't do this.
Look what it's led to. It's
Yeah.
an amazing union. So why not? You, of course, are a business management graduate from Scotland.
Yeah.
As a supportive spouse, do you also focus on your own career and your own self?
Yes.
Or are you doing most things to support him? Or how does it work?
Since he travels so much, it's easier for us because when he's traveling, I'm also traveling back home. I'm managing my work. And when he's coming back, I also make sure that I'm there.
Sports people, they have to travel a lot. And
Yeah.
ideally, they're not supposed to have any so-called distractions. So how do you deal with that?
Now, honestly, we plan that way so that we are together and I'm watching his matches and the coaches are nice, so they allow us. And I don't.
Ooh, allow is a strong word. I'll tell you a funny story. We got married and the next day I had to go to Guwahati to play an away game.
The
So I
next day,
Yeah, next day only.
Next day.
Let's not start.
nice honeymoon.
Oh, we had honeymoon after like 6 months after marriage.
Right, so you just open the tap now. Anyways, so I go for an away game. I think we won the game. I didn't score. And then there are 2 games I didn't score. So 1, 2, 3. And at the time she had a social media private. After her marriage, she was discussing with me, should I make it public? I said, listen, when you go public, there are a lot of other things that come which you probably wouldn't like it. She's like, no, it's okay. And she went public and she got a lot of followers. She enjoyed it. One of the fans, a couple of them wrote, don't come to the matches. He's not scoring. And you know what happened? It was so sad because before a home game in Bangalore, she always kisses me good luck. I go and then she's ready and she comes to the match. She said, I won't come. And she had tears in her eyes.
Oh, no.
I was so angry. I said, what's wrong with you?
Because you were really not scoring. I know it's not because
wasn't
of
a
me,
mistake.
but
It was so bad. And I said, that's why I told you, don't read comments. Don't read other people's opinion.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's not factual. It's just their opinion. Relax. Then I had to give her this false hope. Come, I'll score and we'll win.
And you did.
Thankfully,
Yes.
I scored and we won.
Uh-huh.
And the jinx was broken.
I think, but that's honestly, again, such good advice about not letting judgment or other people's opinions cloud your,
And honestly,
views.
Tara, I think a family can't and never distract their own person. Like, how can I distract him? I would
Yeah.
want him to go and give his best.
Absolutely.
We would make sure that he sleeps at the right time, eats at the right time, and gets the proper rest before the match.
Yeah, absolutely. So if there was any one thing that you would like to change about Chhetri, what would it be?
One.
Oh my God,
1,000.
too many.
1,000.
You know, he loves to sleep, which I understand, but there's so less time we get in our offs. I just hope that he sleeps a little less and takes me out a little more.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I hope he
Small
gets to
thing.
rest more.
No.
Come on, Chhetri, you've got to take her out more. And Chhetri, is there anything about Sonam that you'd like to?
No.
Perfect.
She's not perfect. She has flaws, but I love the flaws also.
Oh, that's very, very sweet. On that note, I'd love to give you a little gift. And because you're both vegan, maybe I should turn vegan because it's damn heavy. This is a vegan gift. So
Thank
fit.
you so much.
Let's see how strong you are. Shall I throw it?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
on.
Uh-huh.
Go on.
Okay, 1, 2.
3.
Yeah.
There's some new almond milk as well.
Lovely.
Before you go, Sonam, I want to ask you, I saw that for your first year anniversary, you celebrated with your, what are they called? Uppies. Uppies.
Yeah.
Huh? And then you said on your second anniversary, you're going to do it with the ball.
Yeah.
So come on. Let's see if you can do it.
Can you?
I don't know. I'll try.
Let's see.
I think it's
Let's see
difficult.
if you can. You're sounding like you may not be able to.
Okay,
I'll try.
if we do only 2, it'll be a great thing, okay?
Yeah. Okay. 1.
Go. Again, you have to give it here. Let's go.
Okay.
Almost,
Last one.
almost,
Keep it up.
almost,
Keep it up.
almost.
Last
How
one.
do I keep it up?
Try.
I have to do this
Yeah,
or?
try. Last one.
Woo, woo! Ah, you You did it! So that's your
I'm copying your goals and putting inside the net.
Wow, not
That
bad.
was superb. Thank you so much, Sonam.
Yeah, thank
really,
you so
really
much.
lovely.
Yeah.
Coming up, you guys want to ask Chhetri to show you some moves
It's the other way around.
or the other
They
way?
will teach me something. yeah.
Okay.
Why people call you Captain Fantastic?
पता नहीं जब मिलूंगा पूछूंगा.
Because he's fantastic. So I started by saying that, you know, we spend about 4 days a week at 6:30 in the morning on the football field, all thanks to 2 little kids and all their friends who are huge fans of yours. Come, Zen and Kai, come.
How are you doing? What's your name?
Kai.
Kai. What's yours?
Zen.
Zen. Have a seat.
They wanted to ask you a few things.
Of course,
so,
man. Go ahead.
Kai, you want to start?
If you're playing a match and it's very important and you're maybe like tie or losing, maybe how do you keep yourself calm and try to,
Win the game.
yeah,
The match is done or it's going on?
it's going on.
Yeah, so I try to keep myself calm by saying the match is not finished. So this is the only time which is left where I can influence the game. Once the game is finished, I can do anything. So I try to stay calm with that. Imagine if you're winning, don't be complacent. We are winning 2-1, they will not score. Not be complacent. At the same time, if you're losing, don't lose hope. They are winning 2-1, 3-1, we can't get back. All these thoughts, I try to keep them away, give my best, and then whatever result comes, I will take it.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
No problems.
Zen, you want to ask a question?
As your captain, what do you do if some players aren't playing as good as you expect them to? And what do you do if some players are like playing really well?
If you are a captain and if you see somebody is doing well, make sure you encourage them, give them a pat on the back. See somebody is doing not so well, try not to publicly shame him. Don't speak to him after the game because you are hot-headed. Maybe you have just lost, he's hot-headed, things won't pass. So whenever you are a captain, you do something, think how are you going to feel if you are that player.
If you guys want to ask Chhetri to show you some move or do some move.
It's the other way around.
Or the other
They
way.
will teach me something. yeah.
Okay.
Next time when you do a rainbow, try and catch it.
Fab.
All right?
But thank you so much, Chhetri. Really, such a pleasure, such an honor. Say thank you, boy.
Cheers, man.
Thank
All
you.
the best. All the best.
And as Chhetri said at the start, it's so important to also encourage people who may not have the infrastructure or the ability, the finances to actually pursue their passion. And we're so happy to have with us today a wonderful gentleman and some kids from the Oscar Foundation. And Oscar, as you know, is an NGO that focuses on football for development and raising awareness and youth leaders from less privileged backgrounds. So Ashok, we're thrilled to have you here.
Ashok, how are you? So good to see you.
When I serendipitously met Ashok just last week at a football-related event, he told me that you are his huge idol and somebody he really admires. Do you remember him?
Of course I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I've met him before. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
So you want to tell us a little bit, Ashok, about Oscar and the work you do and why football?
Oscar Foundation is a non-profit organization. I never thought that I will set up this Oscar Foundation, and in last 10 years, Oscar Foundation will impact 12,000 children across a country
Wow.
in 9 states. So I was just thought about 18 children who were school dropouts and involved in addiction, and I thought how I will bring them together. So I thought I will teach football, and that time I didn't have money to buy more. I can just buy one football. So started with a small idea, and these 18 children, they thought that if we can change, other children can change. So that's why they started calling more a children movement. And then after 5 years, it's realized that for boys team to have, it's easy, but bringing girls out of from the slum, it's a big challenge.
Absolutely.
And so we started with the girls team with the 10 girls, and in this 10-year journey, we impacted almost 2,500 girls. And our girls traveling internationally, went Denmark, they played Dana Cup, and they won.
Amazing. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Good job, man.
That's
Good job.
really amazing. And I think one thing that you also say is it's education with a kick, that
Yes.
education is as important
Yes.
as the game. So tell us about that.
If children drop out school, the cycle is keep going on. Their parents not educated. So same, these children will drop out in working, involving in addiction, getting married in age of 17, 18. So that's why we have a education with kick and very simple rules. All children know that no school, no football. So that is the simple and the children understand this.
That's really fantastic. And on that note, I'm going to gift you this. And here's a kit from Byju's The Learning app. It contains a personalized learning program specially crafted as per the student's syllabus. We'll be donating it to a student in need. And now we have the lovely kids from the Oscar Foundation.
एक छोटा सा गिफ्ट आपके लिए, ठीक है? खुश रहिएगा हरदम, खेलते रहिएगा, ठीक है?
Thank you. Sunil sir से question है.
जी.
What is your opinion that India team did not qualify the World Cup?
पहले तो माफ कर दीजिए, सॉरी, क्योंकि one of the responsible person is me. कहीं लैक नहीं करते, थोड़ी बहुत अपलिफ्टमेंट्स हो रही हैं, थोड़ा बहुत बेटर कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा वक्त लगेगा. मेरी छोटी सी दोस्त, उसका नाम प्रिया है, जो बड़ी हो जाएगी तो वर्ल्ड कप खेलेंगे.
Why people call you Captain Fantastic?
पता नहीं, जब मिलूंगा पूछूंगा.
Because he's fantastic.
Yes, you are
He's
the
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chhetri. It's really been a pleasure. I know I invited you here to have a chat with me, but you ended up having a chat with like about 12 people.
No, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank
I really
you so
enjoyed it.
much. Really a pleasure and so inspirational, I think, for all of us watching, parents, kids, grandparents, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you very, very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. As fans, if Virat does well, if I do well, if Sania does well, if Saina does well, if Leander does well, you'll be happy.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't see and say, you know what, okay, he should do well and he shouldn't do well.
And next week, we meet the amazing Kalki Kekla, the very talented actress who's pregnant now.
My first trimester was a lot of vomiting, a lot of weakness. I lost weight. I was really not in a good shape.
We talked about being multicultural.
It takes a lot of us time to understand and value that being different is good.
We talked about saving the earth, climate change, and lots more.
It saved the planet.
Absolutely.
Our biggest home is actually the planet.
Absolutely.
And that's under huge threat right now.